Hello, people. Today's video. Oh, my chair just squeaked. Today's video is a little bit different. As you can see, we're not on Overwatch, we're not on Counter-Strike, we're not on any of the usual games, we're on Sims. And I've been streaming Sims on and off for a little while now. But I went to Duke and I said, give me a challenge, and he said to do a house that's a single floor with a monochromatic colour scheme. So I went for something a little bit modern with the shape. As you can see, I rounded off the majority of the corners, and I'm just playing around with the outer structure of the house, so what windows I wanted, doors, all that good stuff. I decided really early on, as you can see where I'm placing the door, that I wanted a little side garden, because I quite like that on houses at the minute. It's just something that I quite enjoy. I placed windows where they are now just to sort of get an idea of where I wanted the windows. I wasn't 100% sure where I wanted them and how many of them I wanted, but after I played around with the floor plan as well, I sort of came up with a decision. So yeah, I wanted to go for like a sort of a arty, modern sort of layout. So I went for the wooden walls on the outside, and on the roof I went for wood as well, just to sort of keep a theme. And as you can see, I'm just playing around with how big I want the house, or whereabouts I want walls. I'm just figuring out the floor plan. At this point I decided I wanted quite a slim bathroom, or ensuite as it turned out to be. So here I'm just sort of trying to come up with some sort of shape. I think that's the one I settled for. Yeah, it is. I wanted to have a long stretch of cabinets that goes down the side of the bathroom. So like a long sort of like bowl type sink, with lots of space for towels, soap, all the rest of it. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do on the inside to start with. I wanted to carry on with like the wooden theme, but it didn't really look like right with the black doors. So I went for black in the end, I believe, just like a black. I'm putting down the carpet, decided I wanted carpet. Yeah, I went for the black wood in the end, I thought I did. Because I wanted to keep sort of a theme. And then this is me looking for a flat black wallpaper to use, which actually took me a lot longer than expected to find. And then bathroom tiles. I wanted to keep a modern theme. I knew that much. This wasn't black or white, so I had to change it. This is like the difficulty with this house, was making sure that everything is black or white, and that includes like the plant pots and the kitchen counters, books on bookshelves, like everything. So now I'm starting on where I want the kitchen. Originally I was going to have white flooring and then black counters, but I did change my mind, as you can see, and I put down black flooring and went for white counters, which looked a bit odd at first. But here I'm trying to squeeze a bin in. And now move objects is on, so everything can go wherever I want it to. I love that cheat, it's actually like my favourite thing in Sims. And I'm very OCD about whether counters and fridges and stuff are touching the walls, if they're touching each other. Very, very picky. You can just see me lining up everything perfectly. And again, I'm trying to fit a bin. Playing around with the amount of counters I made. This was pretty much just playing around with the cupboards. I didn't want too many, so I left the window space open. And I changed this eventually because I noticed, you can see it, the counters are more white, that long cabinet is like grey. So I did change it. Let's go for a black tap. I wanted black detailing, so like you can see the coffee machine, and even the hood of the oven, I gave that black detailing as well. And just sort of trying to incorporate the theme wherever possible. Needed to light up the kitchen now so I could start getting an idea of how light I wanted this place to be. Because obviously black sort of brings the room in and makes everything darker, so this was where I changed that cabinet. Yeah, like I was saying, black makes space look smaller, especially if there isn't enough light, so I really wanted to make sure that everything was quite bright, well lit. And you see later that I add in quite a few lights. I liked this side table because it had black and white colours on it, so you can see like the top is white. And I wanted to go for that because it wasn't a flat colour, it was sort of incorporating both sides of the theme, and I quite liked that. I wanted these leather sofas from, I think that was that's City Life DLC, I think. Or City Living, whatever it's called, I can't remember. So again, those tables and this rug as well. I really like this rug. I was going to size it up and move it to the other side of the room, but you'll see later that I changed my mind on that. I'm sorting out a dining area now, so I wanted black table legs to go with the theme. I started off thinking those leather chairs would be a good idea, but I prefer the sort of the grey back of these chairs right here. I think these ones are base game. A lot of the stuff I use is base game. I've only actually got 2 stuff packs, or DLCs even, but I'm okay with that. I like to experiment. I'm probably going to look at getting vampires next, or maybe Spa Day. Spa Day's got a lot of modern stuff, and I make a lot of modern houses. Here again, I'm just trying to add detail and sort of the look as if someone's actually living in this house. It's not just for show, so a little games console, some books. And I think I'm going to start on the bedroom here. I'm just saving my game, don't want to lose anything. I'm starting on the bathroom. Right, so white counters again. You'll see what I mean. I wanted to go for this sort of long stretch of cabinets. And I also wanted to put a bin in the bathroom, because usually I don't. But I thought, if there's a girl living here, she will need a bin in the bathroom, because when you're a girl you need bins everywhere. I probably should have put one in the bedroom actually. Just a trick there. Should I go back and... No, this is fine. Eventually I decided that it looked a bit odd just having the 2 counters with the sink, so I did it so the sink was in the middle. I think later I changed the sink black as well, just to go with the colour scheme a bit more. I really like that modern shower. I know it's cheap, but I really like the design of it. I like the glass. Here I'm comparing what baths I prefer. And then toilet again with black and white on it. That's my house phone going off, sorry if you can hear that. And again, you need towels. You don't want to get out of the bath and have to drip dry. But I didn't want this to be a boring house. I didn't want it to look clean. I wanted it to look like there's someone living in it. So there's towels on the side, there's a robe hanging up, medicine cabinet, like there's little bits and bobs lying around, like there's books on bookshelves, there's stuff down by the TV. I wanted the house to look alive and used. And here I wanted to have sort of a spotlight, but one bright enough to light up the whole bathroom, so I went for that. I think that's base game. Just a nice open one. The original bed positioning, wow, I changed the whole idea. The whole time I was thinking about doing the bedroom, I was set on having it in that spot in the middle, and then changed it at the last minute. Because it made the room feel a bit more open. I feel like if you walk into a room and there's space straight away, you're not walking into something. It feels a lot nicer, a bit more luxurious. Here I'm trying to pick a curtain. And I think I settle on these ones. I do. I have them on either side so you can still see them. So I didn't have a door on the bedroom, because Duke said to me the challenge was open plan. So I took that quite literally, and the only doors are to get from the outside in. Even the door to the bathroom is just a walkway. It's not a door frame. Sorry, a walkway. And here I changed the bed so that there's a little bit of white detailing, so that the white table and the trimming on the bottom of the wall wouldn't look too weird, because if everything's black and you've got like a couple of little bits of white, it just sort of looks out of place. playing around with mirror colours. This was quite a chill build. I didn't really run into many problems. It was just seeing that things didn't match the colour scheme that I was going for. And again, some move objects to get some books on the top of the shelf. I think I put a picture frame up there as well. That made it look quite sort of homely. The white frame, of course, because black and white. I wanted the clock in the bedroom, but I felt like the walls looked a bit too cluttered. If I'd have had them had it in there as well, so I moved it to the sort of the front portion of the house, what probably is the living room. And here I'm just looking at lights, and everything looks quite lit. And now this wall looked really bare, but because it was one square of space, I think, between the wall and the door frame, so I didn't want to put anything too mental in there, so I thought a piece of art, maybe put a light on the other side as well, which I think I did come back to do. And it just added, again, a bit more character to the house, and it's quite a modern painting, so it sticks with the sort of theme that I was going for, and it's black and white. I did cheat the system a couple of times. I used greys, so like the leather sofas, they're not like perfectly black. And obviously, like on this desk, all the books aren't black and white, but I sort of did what I thought was good. I mean, I chose that desk for the desk. Oh, I've only just noticed that that's not right against the wall. I might have to go back and change that. So again, adding a rug to fill up the space a little bit more. I feel like when you've got too much open space and the carpet's bland, it makes the room look too empty. But I feel like with the rug there, it fills up the room a little bit more. And I think here is where I started playing around with the side garden. So I added in the black and white fencing for the monochromatic look. I think I'm getting a drink here, yeah, probably. I didn't want too much patio, so I just used the terrain paint so that I'd have a little like barbecue area. And then I think I came back and added some plants and bits and bobs as well. I wanted to sort of disguise the edge, obviously with terrain paints the edge is always softer. So I put the barbecue right at the edge there, and I put a fire alarm out here because the amount of times I've had Sims like die because they're using the barbecue. I've lost count. So I always put smoke alarms outside. That's like religion for me now when I'm building houses. And here I'm trying to find a black and white like outside table, so I went for the all black chairs. Eventually decided that I just wanted it to be a two-seater, rotated it slightly, and now I'm trying to mess around with wildlife a little bit. I love this little bit of foliage here. Again, it's just all about adding character. Just a little plant, and some flowers, some white flowers of course, keeping with the theme. I think I was letting my cat out here, so it was a little bit slow. I was sort of up and down. Terrain paints, just add in a little path, and then of course a mailbox, post box, whatever you want to call it. Again, I went for the modern one, it's black and white, keeping with the theme. And then I'm just adding some little lights so that the garden would look lit at night time. I like hiding the lights in plants so that you don't have the bulky feel that, oh, there's loads of lights, but you've got the oh, the hedge was poking through the wall. I did end up, yeah, as you can see, shrinking it down so that it fit, because I really liked that hedge design. It was really sort of it was exactly what I was looking for, basically. So I think that's pretty much the build done. So thank you everyone for watching, I really appreciate it, and maybe I'll come back and do another Sims build. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't be shy, subscribe to my channel, get in touch with me on social media, all the links are below. So yeah, hopefully I will see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.